Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 515 Southeast Palmer Lane here in Dayton. We're located at the rear of the home. There's a 3-inch ABS cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We currently have water running. Here we go. Looks like it transitions right here immediately over to, looks like 4-inch 3034 PVC pipe. I've got two joints here in the line so far. One of them is about 10 feet back, but they're showing a small amount of separation. We'll check this out on the way back when it's all drained out. See what it's looking like. It looks like a very minor separation. I just want to make sure we don't have anything growing up through that joint there. We do have a indentation here in the bottom of the pipe. We'll give that another look over on the way out. Make sure that there's no splitting that's occurred there in the pipe. Alright, we just hit a spot here with a bunch of standing water in it. camera does not want to move hardly at all beyond this point here. I don't know if we've got, I'll let the line drain out here in a second, but this is where it just does not want to move. I'm going to turn the water off, let it drain out completely, and I'll do my best to locate this spot. We're 160 feet out right now, so this could be a kind of a tricky line to hunt down here. There's a lot of neighbors' properties behind me, and I believe it's probably going through one of their backyards. Anyway, here at 162 feet, this is as far out as I'm going to go here. It's sort of moving a little bit, but it's slowed down a ton. I think my camera's just running into something here. Alright, I'm not having a whole lot of luck hunting down the camera here, unfortunately. I think the line is going through, it's going through one of the neighbors' yards here behind the house. It's just so far out that it's hard for me to locate it, and there's portions of it, if I can't get permission from the homeowner to be on their property locating, I can't go in the backyard of their houses and do that without their permission. I don't think anyone's home. I knocked on the door there behind the house directly behind this one, and no one answered, unfortunately. And the line's been draining out now. It's had no water going through it for probably close to 10 minutes. So it's as drained as it's going to get. And the pipe here appears to be completely full of water. And unfortunately, I can't tell if it's due to a belly in the line, which is a fairly likely cause. It could also be due to some kind of damage up ahead. The hard part here is due to all the standing water and debris that's in there, I don't have a good view as to what is stopping the camera up. It was moving fairly smooth right before I got to this point here. If it does a hard dive down or something like that, it could be what's causing the camera to hang up, but I think there's some kind of damage going on there that's causing the camera to stop there. So this is kind of a tricky one to decide what to do with. I recommend drain cleaning it. That may clear some kind of blockage or debris out of the way that will allow a camera to go beyond this point. Short of that, one of those you may just have to simply dig it up and repair it. If you've got a belly here, that's why I say drain clean, because if you've got a clog and that's all that's going on or something of that nature, you'll clear it out of the way and be able to get a camera through there to see what the underlying cause is. You've either got a belly here or some kind of damaged pipe. Either way, you're probably looking at digging this thing up, most likely to repair it. Alrighty, this is about as close of a locate as I'm going to be able to do today. Apologize, I just don't have the time. Every time I have to locate it, I'm running 200-300 yards all the way down around the street here to get to these because of every yard's fenced off. So I went into the yard of the neighbor directly behind this one. I was able to contact her. Over at the right side of the property of her home, there is a humongous wood pile. There may be even two of them. I'm picking the locate signal up right in that area. It's either underneath it or just over the fence line into the other neighbor's yard. It's more kitty corner to this one, both of which are out the rear of this house. But to locate any more than this, may need to call it for locates to come in here and do that. I have put a paint marking on the ground. I'm picking the signal up more so in the neighbor that's kitty corner. I was just picking the signal up over in the neighbor's property that I had permission to at least go on. So if there is a wood pile parked on top of this, that would certainly explain the belly. It's very heavy, but it's quite in that accurately at this point. So anyway, there is some paint down on the ground. It's white paint. Again, in the neighbor that's kitty corner to this one, I just kind of reached over the fence there and shot some paint on the ground. Anywho, the kind of two options you have are either just to go ahead and dig it up and repair it, or you could do some drain cleaning first and re-scope it to see if that cleared any major clog out there. That is looking more like damaged pipe to me, but we just can't see all of it due to the standing water and debris, or get beyond it either. So this particular spot here concerns me. It's pushed up so high into the line there whatever's under the pipe. I mean, it's possible this is a kink in the line from when it was installed. To me, it looks more like it's sitting on a sharp rock. I am worried that this could actually perforate. At this time, it does not appear that anything has. It certainly could here in the future, and if we were coming back, I'd love to be able to reverse direction and come the other way to see if the back side of that has any break in it or not. But anyway, that's also going to be on the, I do recommend repairing that. Again, at this time, it doesn't appear that it's perforated, but the amount that pipe is flexing there, I'm concerned that it could here in the near future. I'm going to continue to reel back. This is also going to be over in that same vicinity as the either the belly there in the line or whatever's going on. And once something is done with the line, ideally you want to be able to scope all the way to the terminus of the sewer line to make sure there's no issues beyond that point either. So keep that in mind while doing the repair work or the drain cleaning. If you can get a plot map, you'll be able to see how short we stopped at the main. And a similar bulge here in the line. This one is not nearly as pronounced as the other. Not as concerned about it. I don't know if that's going to be a slow progressive thing, if that keeps getting worse or not there. That one at this point I'm not going to recommend any repair on. That other bulge in the pipe though is sticking almost an inch up in the air. At some point that plastic can only stretch or flex so much before it's actually going to split apart. And then you have the issue of losing water out into the ground, sewage water, as well as if there's a perforation there, a root can get right into the line. We have a little bit of standing water right here. It's very minimal, and it looks like we do have some water going down the line too that's going to exaggerate that. But in its current state here, we only have right at 1/4 inch of standing water for about 2.5 feet there. That is not concerning. Usually you need at least 5 feet of sewer line that has about 3/4 to 1 inch of water in it before you're really going to get any debris buildup. Alrighty, so this is one of those joints I wanted to look at on the way back here. What that looks like there is gasket material that's bulged and just kind of popped through the joint there. There's a rubber Fernco that goes around these joints that secures them together. If you've got Fernco though showing through here, most likely that has slipped off of there and is probably not just wide open to the ground, but that joint does look compromised there. Obviously everything is still flowing over the top of that fairly well. My concern is the line in the long run, whether that's going to continue to get worse, possibly let roots get into it, things like that. I'll get this marked. This is just in the backyard here. You know, on the scale of issues in the line, this is certainly the least of them. You've got much bigger things going on out further, but still a spot here that could be an issue down the road. That does not appear to be roots. It doesn't look like it anyway. They're a little too black in color. I went ahead and located this. This is just in the backyard, just beyond where the deck is at. It's only 1 foot 3 inches deep, very easy to get down to. And this is a spot here that you could also, if you have the line drain cleaned, run a jetter through there. You can see if that removes any of this debris here, because there is a little bit of stuff stuck in that. It might give you a clearer picture as to what is going on here. It looks like gasket material. It could be something else that's stuck there, but there's enough of there's a lip. It's not a major separation by any means at all. Everything's flown over that without any issue. But it is kind of it's a hard one to discern. It does look like we've got possible material though that's kind of bolts through the joint. Now that's one that I recommend taking a look at that once the line, if you guys do go the route of drain cleaning first, I would look at that after the fact. Might give you a better picture as to what's going on there. There's always a possibility you've got some other type of glue or sealant there that dried on the pipe, and you have a small amount of separation, but it may still be completely sealed off to the ground. You have a similar situation right here. These pieces of pipe are pretty tight together though, so that's not terribly concerning there. So anyway, that's on the small list. Those are mostly technicalities. Everything's flowing past those joints there without any issue at all. So the major things here are going to be the there's a major bulge in the flow line at 141 feet out to where it looks like something's about to perforate the sewer line there. And then there's the belly, or what appears to be a belly, from 149 to about 163 feet out. It's completely full there. There's 4 inches of standing water. We don't know yet if it's a belly or some kind of damaged pipe that's causing all the water to stand there. My camera was not able to get beyond 163 feet either. So I recommend those two issues there get repaired. May have to do some drain cleaning first to get a better idea of what's going on out there at that section of the standing water. And locates will be needed in order to find their exact location. I'll try and show this here with the camera. It's not going to be a great view, but the camera essentially is doing a straight shot there where my camera is pointing to. Now we've got this house. I was in their backyard. Over on the right side of their fence line, there's a huge wood pile, and it's either right underneath it or it's just on the other side of the fence in the neighbor's yard there. You can kind of see their house to the deck. So it's over in that area there. Aside from that, the rest of the line there is in good condition and functioning at this time. Those two little separated joints I mentioned from the get-go there, they're really tough ones to tell if you've just got some debris and stuff that's caught in there that kind of looks like gasket material. That's why I say if you're going to do the drain cleaning, I would take a look at those after that on a rescope to see if anything looks concerning there. This time it's a really hard one to tell.